Again, back.
So this bill is needed to help those people. As indicated, the increase is important because a lot of times the claims overwhelm the existing $50,000. The bond company pays the $50,000 into court, and the claims just overwhelm it. Also, there's another thing this bill would do is specify that consumers have priority over dealers and finance companies. Now, I read the statute, and it's too ambiguous, but I read it to say they do. But a lot of lawyers for finance companies, some of them say, oh no, we share pro rata in that bond. So our claims say, and somehow might have a claim that's several $100,000. They say, well, we'll take pennies on the dollar, and so will your client. So it becomes a fight. It becomes very hard to settle those cases. Another thing this bill would do is improve the situation vis-a-vis what is covered. Bond companies routinely deny that just about anything is fraud. Oh no, that's not fraud. That wasn't. You got to prove intent. You got to prove this and that. And it takes a really determined lawyer to overcome that. And if somebody's in pro per and small claims, they have little chance. This bill would fix that problem. And there are a lot of violations of the vehicle code that should be caught basis for protection. This consumer recovery fund is nice, but there's I understand only $700,000 in it. That's not enough. Car dealers are exaggerating a lot of points here when they object to this bill. There's already a private right of action under the statute, so there's no change there. And so I think this is a very good bill for consumers.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please. One of you two want to speak? Go ahead, madam. Give us your name and organization if there is one.
My name is Inga Randall, and I live in Elk Grove, and I represent myself. In May of 2006, I traded in and purchased a car from Walter Gordon of W&G Auto. When I signed the contract, it stated that W&G Auto would pay off the balance of my trade-in. The car I traded in was never paid off by Walter Gordon, and I was never able to get the car I purchased registered because there was still a lien on the car from the previous owner's bank. When I exhausted all means to successfully gain legal title to the vehicle, I finally decided to return the car I purchased to the previous owner's bank. Today, I owe 2 credit unions a combined total of $40,000 for 2 cars that I do not have or own. I have exhausted my savings just to buy a 15-year-old car in order to get around. We have hired an attorney with money we do not have to fight this case. This has put a great strain on my family and our finances. In conclusion, if SB 95 was enacted in 2006, I would not have endured the hardship that I continue to face. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker. Yes, sir.
My name is Aaron Wayne. I live in Elk Grove. I bought a car from F-150 from Elk Grove Ford, and along with my car I purchased a Wins Oil prepaid warranty covering certain engine parts that was financed through the life of the loan. The way it would work, I would bring my Wins synthetic additive to Elk Grove Ford and they would change my oil. From that point, Elk Grove informed me that I would never have to pay for my oil change for about 6 years. As a bonus for purchasing the warranty, they gave me complimentary car washes through the life of the loan, which is about 6 years. So when Elk Grove Ford went out of business, I was told by several other Ford dealerships that they weren't be able to uphold pretty much the end of the bargain, and I would have to go through Elk Grove Ford. Well, they were no longer there, so I'm pretty much stuck. So now I'm in an unfortunate position to pay for services that I can no longer use. And I want to point out that SB 95 doesn't address my concerns, but I am in here to support for other people. I understand that my problems are minute compared to some of the other people, other consumers that are facing more difficult times, and I just want to point that out, that I'm here for their support. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Other witnesses in support? Let's go to go ahead. You go next, if you would, please. Pull the microphone over and get it real close.
Okay, well, my name is Mariah Plato. I live in Sacramento. In April of 2007, we purchased a car from Warren's Discount Autos in affiliation with New Start Motors. We purchased the car, and when we purchased the car, the registration was due, And the car company said, okay, we already sent out for the registration. As soon as we get it, we'll forward it to you. Well, it never came, and in June we got a call from them saying it needed to be smogged. We took it in and got it smogged. We went back and they said, at that time they said it needs to be smogged, and oh, by the way, we're going out of business as of July 1st. So as soon as this gets done, we'll send in the paperwork to DMV. Well, months go by, and in September my husband finally contacted DMV, and come to find out, they never sent the paperwork. So we started a DMV investigation, and after months of research and going back and forth, they came up with the fact that our car is not owned by Fireside Bank, which is our bank that we have the loan through. It's owned by Golden One, and there's an $8,000 loan out on that car that we have to pay off, or someone has to pay off before they will transfer the title to Fireside Bank. So saying, unless we pay that $8,000, they weren't going to register the car. The last straw was our apartment complex started to tow our car because it wasn't registered. And I contacted CBS 13, and they, helped us out, got it registered for this year, but the problem is still there. We cannot get it registered. We don't own the car, and the bond that the company had has been exhausted. We couldn't afford to file the fees needed to, get in on the bond amount because it was too much for us. And so right now we're stuck. And I'm here because it's not going to necessarily help us. The SB, 95 will not necessarily help us, but if I can, get at least one person protected, that's, better than what our situation is.
All right, thank you very much. Further testimony and support? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My name is Phil Vermeulen, representing American Contractors Indemnity Company. We're the second largest writer of dealer bonds in California, and we're here to support SB 95 as a work in progress. I want to thank the author. We have spent a great deal of time with their staff and the committee, and we believe we're moving in the right direction. We have provided the author with myriad cases of where the consumer is getting burned. The bottom line is we are bound by the Code of Regulations in terms of whoever submits a request on the bond, we have 40 days to pay that. And if the dealers, which we're seeing more and more of these, dealers are filing against another because they're filing for bankruptcy, then the bond is exhausted, which leaves nothing for the consumer. So we're deeply concerned about this, and again, we applaud the senator for this bill, and we look forward to working with she and her staff on this as it moves along. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next witness. Yes, sir.
Yes, my name is Jason Conant. I reside in Placerville, California. I traded in a vehicle approximately a year ago in June. Traded a used truck in, purchased a brand new truck. They agreed to pay off the sum $11,000 and some odd dollars of the previous loan. They did not. They went bankrupt. I think what we're missing here, the money's great. The bond, the loan will eventually get paid off. But what it's done to my credit and what it's done to my family, yeah, the loan will get paid off. But it has to stop. And the only way we can stop it is, how can they sell a car if they don't own it? How can they transfer a title if they don't have it? I can't. And what it's done, it's taken my credit score from 710 to 500. I cannot refinance my house. I cannot get any more credit cards. I can't do anything to try to stimulate our economy. I will never, as long as a law is like this, buy another vehicle from a dealership. Now, to me, I would think that would open our eyes right there. My credit score has gone to 510. My insurance company now also wants me to pay monthly because they don't think I can pay it, every month, or they want it 6 months at a time now. And that's all because of my credit score, because they didn't pay off the loan. And this bill will stop that. They have to have the title in order to transfer it.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Let's take the gentleman at the back. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, members. I'm Gary Passmore, representing the Congress of California Seniors. We're very grateful to Senator Corbett for bringing this issue before the legislature. And from all of the stories that you've heard, you understand why California seniors would very much support passage of SB 95. Thanks.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Craig Brown for California Statewide Law Enforcement Association. We represent the DMV investigators who deal with these issues. We believe this bill will give us additional tools.